Asians are now apologizing to Black Americans. Asians are now saying, oh, Black people, we are sorry. Oh, Black people, we are sorry for all the atrocities done, for all the things committed. You know, initially, Asians literally did not know that this boycott would take this long. They thought maybe Black Americans were just blabbing, and after all the blabs, everything will just fall into place, everything will go back to normal. But right now, they are seeing, they have complained, they have lamented, they have mourned, they have cried. In fact, some of them has literally decided to swallow it instead of talking. Welcome to the channel. My name is Sonia. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Credits to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in at this episode. And I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, dropping super thanks, and also joining my membership. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. With that being said, let's go watch what the Asians have to say, and I'll be back with commentaries. Let's go, guys.
To the Black community, I'm sorry. As a Vietnamese American, I am disgusted by those in the Asian community who are more upset about a boycott than the life of innocent Cyrus Carmack Belton. I was recently sitting on the George Floyd bench in Martin Luther King Park in Berkeley, the heart of the Vietnam War protests in the 60s, and was reminded of Dr. King's solidarity with the Vietnamese liberation, which ties to my solidarity with Black liberation. Growing up in the Midwest, I was taught to trust whites and fear Blacks, only to find the opposite is true in my adult life. I've experienced so much kindness and collective care in my interactions with Black folks, both in the US and abroad. Whereas the lack of consciousness or care around the violent systems created by and for white folks when trying to speak to white folks about it is astounding and makes me feel incredibly unsafe with most of them. Asian folks watching this, with internalized white supremacy who prefer proximity to white power over collective liberation, know that you are just a pawn being used by white supremacy in this model minority myth to divide and conquer. And if you had a negative one-on-one encounter with a Black person, remember that white violence at a systemic level kills millions upon millions and allows for one-on-one interactions with white folks to seem surface level nice because they're not forced into daily survival mode due to the privilege they've carved out with their massive systemic violence. So do not trust white nice, because it turns unsafe real quick as soon as you dig beneath the surface to see that most white folks do not care that Western white supremacy culture is killing Black and brown folks daily. So while systemic trauma might have caused a negative one-on-one interaction with a Black person for you, remember that Black people are not killing millions of people on a systemic level. Remember how Black people played a central and pioneering role in the Vietnam War protests and stood in solidarity with oppressed Asian people. Do not abandon our allies. We owe the Black community so much, because our rights as non-white people in the US were hard fought for by Black folks. So thank you to the Black community for all that you do. Rest in power, Cyrus Carmack Belton.
I can't even lie, y'all. Right now, I am so proud of the Black community. With all of these tragic events Black America has been hit with lately, we have been able to take these negatives and turn it into a positive. After the tragic murder of Cyrus Belton, a 14-year-old Black kid who went inside of a store and was falsely accused of stealing water, who then ran out and was chased down, shot in the back. Rick Chow, the gas station owner, an Asian man, was then found not guilty. As a result of this, Black people decided that we need to boycott Asian businesses, which is kind of unfair. But what I need Asians and all of these other minorities to understand is that this is a reaction to something that we have been seeing time and time again. 30-40 years ago, Latasha Harlan, shot in the head by a Korean store owner, got off with very little time. She didn't even go to prison. And just the overwhelming amounts of anti-blackness from the Asian community. A lot of times with these stores in our neighborhoods, they profile us, they discriminate against us, they talk shit, they don't respect us. So with this situation with Cyrus Belton, Black people are like, why give our money to people who do not like us? And it's sad because at the expense of Asian business owners, this has caused a rise in Black solidarity. Black people are now shopping with more black-owned businesses. They're supporting each other more. We're loving each other more. So if you are a viewer of mine and you're not black, you're a minority, I need you to understand that is where the frustration is coming from. It's coming from a pattern of Asians being used as foot soldiers for white supremacy. And the way I see it, man, I do want everyone to live peacefully in America. But I think that in order for us to have that, black people have to establish solidarity within our own communities first. And I'm just sitting here thinking, like, the way that we support these Asian businesses, I don't really see that in return. I don't see a lot of Asians in the soul food spots. I don't see y'all, in the black salon spots. So a lot of black people have the mindset like, hold on, man, let me just rock with my people more. It should just be a no-brainer because this is what everybody else do. Asians, they have Chinatown, they got all these, they support each other. That's one thing I can give to y'all community. Y'all are solid. And as black people, that is just something that we are trying to establish. So y'all know me, man. I'm pro-blickety black to the fullest, but I do want to have nuance to the situation. I feel bad that this is at the expense of, some of the good Asian business owners. But at the end of the day, we have to prioritize ourselves in order to actually establish this solidarity that the whole world wants. It's only right that we put ourselves first. Now, what I want to do to carry my load, y'all, is I want to start promoting some black businesses on this channel. I'm going to make a new business email, and it's going to be in the description of this video. Whatever your black business is, it don't matter if you sell comic books, if you do paintings, if you sell jewelry, if you sell toilet paper, no matter what it is, shoot me an email, give me an overview of your product, send me your website, and what I want to start doing is dedicating the last couple of minutes to my videos of just supporting black businesses. And all of this is going to be free of charge. I don't got to pay me or anything. I have a huge platform, and this is the least I can do, man. So shoot me an email if you know somebody with a black business, send them my email. So yeah, man, make sure y'all do that. But in this video, we are going to look at some reactions from the Asian community and just see what y'all folks on, man. So right here we have an Asian young man, and he says, we're going to boycott Asian businesses. And he said, but there are no other grocery stores in the hood. And this whole thing right now is just bringing these people true colors out. I be telling y'all this all the time, like with Twitter, the Asian community, all this type of stuff. They be like, oh, bro, it's just bots in the comments, it's this and that. No, these are people's real feelings. They just not going to say it to your face. The internet is now a way for people to tell how they really feel. And right now, a lot of these folks' true colors are coming out. And one of the top comments right here, this brother put it perfectly. Everyone is showing their true colors. This is a very beautiful time to be alive. And yes, I want y'all to tell how y'all feel. Stop playing in our face, because I guarantee y'all cannot go to these white neighborhoods, treat them like shit and get their money. Like, y'all purposely go in the middle of the hood, y'all. They go to the lowest goddamn income area and complain about the trouble. You put your store there. You gotta know what come with it. Why not go to the white neighborhood? Oh, I forgot. They ain't gonna let you in there. We will travel. Don't underestimate us. And someone replied, please do go far away. Hey, bro, not even to be on no funny shit, nigga. We American.
Yes, this is really important. Asian Americans were redlined from opening businesses in white neighborhoods because white people didn't want Asian Americans operating in their neighborhoods and didn't want Asian Americans profiting off of white people. But because the positionality of Asian Americans is weaponized to oppress black people, Asian Americans were being given loans to open businesses in black communities, even though black people were not able to receive loans to open businesses in their own communities. And as I've said before, as a result of this, Black wealth is essentially paid out twice when it goes to Asian American businesses. Once when the individual pays for the goods or services, and then again when the Asian American business owner removes the profit from the community. Because usually people open businesses in their own communities, and this is mutually beneficial, where the business owner is making a livelihood off of providing goods and services to their community, and by being a member of the community, they're contributing and they're investing back into the community. This is an ideal situation, and that is not what happens with Asian American businesses operating in Black communities.
Hey y'all, Miss B back again at another beauty supply store, and listen, I'm seeing all these sales. I saw 50% off, 75% off, and why is that? Because we are not up in there, y'all. I walked through this gigantic beauty supply store and the aisles were empty on a Saturday. We are doing it, y'all. Now, one thing I did notice though is that I saw a few Black men in this store, which I was surprised by, but I know that y'all need your wave caps and your wave brushes and your clippers and all of that. I would only ask, please, let's all lock in. There are Black-owned beauty supply stores in most areas, so guys, let's get on this. I know that y'all were concerned about whether or not the women were gonna follow through, and we are following through, y'all. So we need everybody to lock into this transfer of wealth, this blackout. We got this, y'all. We are doing it, and we need to do it together. So I love y'all. We are doing this thing, and I'm so proud.
What up, gang? So apparently the word around town is, or at least the word online, is that Asian businesses are feeling the sting of the black boycott. There's been a lot of Asians that came out, Asian content creators, that came out and made their videos expressing their 2 cents, saying that they don't know why black people are lumping all Asians in together in regards to one man, Rick Chow, unaliving a 14-year-old kid in South Carolina. They're expressing the sentiment that all Asians aren't a monolith. They're not all alike, and that it was just one guy, not every Asian. And there's different types of Asians. Rick Chow was Chinese, there's Vietnamese, there's Japanese, there's Korean. And I absolutely do agree, not all Asians are a monolith, nor are black people. We're not all criminals, we don't all shoplift, we're not all killers. We don't all gangbang, all of us don't have a criminal record, and all of our names aren't Shaniqua or Tyrone. Black people are not a monolith either. You see, black people are not a monolith either. And we all need to respect each other and to be open and honest with each other about these type of things. That's why we're having this boycott. That's why some black people are deciding to not engage with Asian-owned businesses. And it's not just one man, it's a history of being followed in grocery stores. It happened so much that they made fun of it in movies. Hurry up and buy. And of course, there are a lot of Asian businesses inside of the black communities, inside the low-income communities. And oftentimes, customers aren't exactly treated with the utmost respect. Now, given customers that go inside these establishments also need to be respectful. But we all need to understand that we're not a monolith. There are good and there are bad in every single group. So instead of expressing your 2 cents of disapproval and hurt and confusion that a whole group of people would target your group of people off the actions of one man, like you say, instead of doing that, try to understand where we're coming from. Try to understand that we're trying to build our community up. We're trying to keep our dollars within our community to build generational wealth so that one day we may have gas stations and liquor stores and grocery stores. So try to understand and just try to respect what we're trying to accomplish here. And if you really are not racist, then talk to your racist friends and family members. Don't be not racist, be anti-racist when no one is looking. That will go a long way to help the divide between our two communities. Because there is no hate that black people have for Asians. That doesn't exist. And I'm sure there's a lot of Asians that do not hate black people at all. I know this. So don't let the ones that do ruin it for the ones that don't.
So the Asian community is very, very upset right now. They're throwing a hippie fist. I mean, they literally are saying that we can do whatever, we're ghetto, we're not going to be able to supply black people. All of these things are being said. All the video that are circulating around, that majority of the Asian community are saying that black people, we don't have the tenacity, we don't have the backbone of boycotting because we need to stop eating Chinese food, stop going to nail salon. We're not going to be able to do all of that. So they're making threats. But the thing is, I want to say to all the Asian community, we are not saying, black people are not saying that we don't love you guys. We're definitely not saying we don't respect you guys. We are only saying that right now, for far too long, when we were disrespected by many of you guys, what we did, we did not do anything about it. We still come back. We forgave. When you walked around and follow us in the nail store, when you talk to us dirty, when we come to the nail salon and you treat us, you talk about us in your language, we still forgave you. We come back. But this time we are only saying black people need to keep the dollar in the black community, the same way the Asian keep the money in Asian community, because you guys send your money back home. You guys don't shop at black community. I know for a fact because I had a restaurant, same place where a person who is Asian, and we go there and buy their food, but they never caught dead in my restaurant buying food or trying to support me, even though they know it was me and I support them. So this is all I'm saying. We are not saying that we're not trying to spread hate. We're not trying to spread any hate at all. What we are saying, simply saying that we are going to support each other. Hi guys. Hi friend. We're simply saying, hi mama. We're just simply saying that we are going to support the Black community, because for far too long we have been disrespected, been discriminated about, and all this thing going on. We still come back. So now we have to go and support the Black community. And yes, for some of you guys, you're gonna be losing money, but majority of you guys are online saying, oh, you guys gonna boycott, let's see. You guys are like threatening, like we have to buy from you guys. We don't have to buy from you guys. That's the reason why we had Block Wall Street back in the days, because we are powerful. Black people make up a 90% of your business that you get is from Black people. We support, we're the shopper, we buy your products. And then when you find out that we are saying that something dramatic happened and we're going to hold our dollar, instead of you guys saying, you know, what can we do, or how can we come together, you guys are out here throwing threat like, oh, let's see you do that and this and that, like as if you're mad that Black people want to support other Black people. Now when you carry on like that, your business, some of you guys are going to lose a lot of customers. That's why it's cricket in a lot of places that we go. Be careful what you speak out of your mouth. When time like this is very sensitive for us, because we lost a child behind this racist bull that you guys been pulling. And we are going to support our Black people. And no matter what you guys say, that's what we're doing. Catch me in the next video, guys.
I literally had somebody ask me today, oh, you're boycotting Asian businesses? I said, what? They said, yeah, all y'all Black people. All y'all Black people is boycotting Asian businesses. I said, I'm not boycotting Asian businesses. She said, oh, you're one of those scab people. I said, no, I am not a scab. I am not a person who crosses lines or boundaries unlike yourself. I said, I will not be boycotting Asian businesses. I will be supporting Black-owned businesses and businesses of people who are aligned with treating people equally. Everything doesn't have to be negative. We can support the positive in all sides of the situation. So no, I'm not boycotting Asian businesses. I'm supporting Black-owned businesses and businesses that are supportive to Black movements. And not just Black Lives Matter, because we've seen those bumper stickers everywhere. I'm talking about you invest in your communities. If your store's there, you're also making sure that the community around your store is somewhat taken care of. I'm talking about making sure that there's not litter all around your street. Adopt a corner. I'm just saying, there's a million ways to come at things, but hate is not the way to go. Start with love. Start with support. They was looking at me like, ugh. Oh well, another Black woman, la la la.
How should Asians be combating anti-Blackness within our community? I think there's two categories of Asians. Asians who are purposely, maliciously anti-Black, and Asians who want to be better and who want to end violence and discrimination against the Black community, but are still accidentally anti-Black sometimes. There is no third category. Every single person needs to be constantly unlearning their anti-Blackness. I'm not perfect, none of my mutuals are perfect. I think we need to make a distinction in how we deal with the two. Someone who comes out shouting the N-word, spouting stereotypes, being all angry at Black people for no reason, pushing disingenuous arguments about like, oh, you want to boycott Asian businesses, but you didn't do this, but you didn't do this. That's malicious, that's intentional. I don't think those people would change their opinion even if someone talked nicely to them. It's not going to happen. It's okay to publicly shame them. And then some other Asian people have come onto this app trying to be allies, but coming from a place of ignorance still regarding some matters. I have done this. Then other Asian creators will flame them as hard as they do people who just come out and say the N-word. If our response to people who are trying to learn and trying to do better and trying to build alliances between our communities is to flame them every single time they get something a little bit wrong, that's going to drive them into the anti-Black camp. I get offended when I hear some stuff that like I think to be anti-Black. But then I also have to judge, like, how malicious are they being? Is it possible to correct them without running them off the internet or like shunning them IRL? Because these people are still a part of my community and it's my responsibility to talk to them. If flaming them on the internet with my platform size is going to, bring them harassment and drive them and their viewers even further into the anti-black camp? Is that productive? Now remember, I'm not talking about the people who come on here spewing the N-word and all sorts of hateful rhetoric and being like purposely uneducated and refusing to listen to anybody like trying to educate them in the comments about like Asian American and Black history. I'm not talking about those malicious people. I'm talking about the ones who come on here and being like, I don't really understand why there's a boycott. I'm not really understanding why they're not distinguishing between Korean and Vietnamese and Japanese and Taiwanese. Yes, I know it's very frustrating to listen to them. I get frustrated listening to them too. So when I make response videos to people like that, I don't tag them and I don't stitch them because A, I'm gonna look like a bully. B, if they're actually maliciously anti-Black, then I've just helped them grow their platform. I've literally had guys on here say that like, oh, I'm posting this anti-Black stuff to try to get Dr. G to make a video about me so I can grow. Literally, people are saying that. And then third, if I like come on here like yelling and screaming at them, it's just going to like cause people to say that I'm like a self-hating Asian and then drive even more like Asian people into the anti-Black camp, which is not what I want. So if I'm not gladiating on here as much as some people want me to, this is why I'm trying not to feed the trolls. I'm trying to actually keep my community together. Because once you start coming at someone with anger, they're not going to listen to you. And again, I'm addressing only the Asians here. If you're not Asian and an Asian person does something to harm your racial group, go ahead, talk to them however you want. That's not my business. But because they're part of my community, you will sometimes hear me taking a gentler tone on here than you would want me to. And this is my reason for that.
So as someone who came from a family business that has actually operated my own family business with my husband, okay, I honestly think that it's okay if the Black community wants to boycott Asian businesses. I mean, I stopped going to nail salons because I didn't like the way that they were talking shit and making me feel uncomfortable, and I felt like I was being discriminated on because I wasn't Vietnamese. I stopped going like at least 5-6 years ago. That's why I started doing my own nails. Now, the Black community has every right to be able to apply their money to wherever it is that they are accepted to, whether it's to their own community or someone else that they personally know. I actually find it very offensive that one, people think they can tell Black people what they can and cannot do with their money, right? And two, that you guys would even challenge their discernment as to why they choose not to go to any other establishments anymore for the safety of their own people and their family and their kids. That's actually insane. Like this child, Cyrus, is a child that got murdered, but this isn't the first time that this has happened to their people. And the crazy part is that this is their country. Everybody who's an immigrant here, every person of color came to their country because America is white Americans and Black Americans. Now, do I think boycotting is going to work? I think that it could work because obviously words are not enough at this point, right, to make any type of changes. But at the same time, I do believe that there is just problems in the system. There needs to be some type of heavy regulation that needs to change within the systems of giving out businesses or allowing people to open establishments in anywhere. And just fully giving it to anybody else besides Black Americans, because it's very difficult for someone in the Black community to really just go and get a business back then. Now it might be a little bit easier, but there are still some discrimination against it, right? They're going to make it very difficult and everybody's going to try to shut them down. Like, you guys don't be asking the right questions. Like, do you guys ever wondered or have you guys ever studied about Black Wall Street? Those are the types of questions that you need to like find out. You over here asking me, do you own your own family businesses? Look, I would never want to spend my money on anybody who's going to be racist towards me, killing my people, targeting my family, my kids. I would never want that. So if boycotting works because words are not enough, because they've been saying it for so long, they've been trying to reach out and try to communicate with every community of color at this point, and then there are people actually giving them backlash and being disrespectful, talking about like, we got our own Chinatown, we're gonna stop having Chinese foods. That's some weird shit. And for the people who are saying like, oh, not everybody's like that though, like not everybody deserves that. Like, you don't think that the people of the Black community already knows that? Like, why are you guys being so rude? They don't have to be told that. They don't have to be persuaded that. That's insane. It's disrespectful. Asian Americans, I just really want you to understand this. When you guys say stuff like that, you make it seem like as if the Black community is incapable of making their own decisions. Like, you guys are telling them what they should do, how to think, what they should do and spend their money on. It's insane. If you guys really want to bring solidarity and bring unity to our communities, the Asian American community and the Black community, what we can do in this type of conversation is that Asian people just need to sit down and listen, because some conversations just require you to listen.
Blame a whole race of people for the action of one individual is racist. And Black people who are getting tired of being blamed and stereotyped and tired of all of us being called thugs over the actions of a few of us should understand that concept more than anybody.
I've made videos affirming the reasons why I understand and support Black people's desire to boycott Asian businesses, which Black folks said made them feel heard. Asian folks have also asked me to have a balanced conversation around how, yes, we need to eradicate anti-Black racism in the Asian community, and is it fair to punish every Asian business, even the ones who aren't racist? And my nuanced response would be that I support Black dollars going into Black businesses to build up their communities, and I don't think all Asians should be stereotyped as racist. Obviously, if an Asian shop is following you around like a criminal, don't go there. But if an Asian shop has always been kind and respectful, perhaps question whether they deserve to be boycotted. And please stop calling in large Asian takeout orders and not paying. That's not putting Black dollars in Black businesses. It's just cruel. Don't let the cruelty of others poison your heart with hate. You're better than that. Spread love, not hate.
Anyways, welcome back, guys, and thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys literally enjoyed every single clip I was able to roll out for you guys. And right now you guys can see that the Black Americans are becoming more stronger and stronger, and the Asians are realizing that, and they now feel there is a need for them to come up and apologize. And apart from apology, there is a need for them to sit down, reflect on their life. You know, initially when all of this was literally going on, a lot of them were saying, what can the Black community offer? What can Black Americans offer? What can they actually provide in their life? That their Asians, in quotes, are the ones that are literally doing everything. They're the ones that are providing everything. They're the ones that are producing everything, inventing everything. Right now, they're not seeing that it is not greener on the other side. They're not seeing that the moment Black people withdraw their support, it is going to be literally over for them. They are now seeing that every single hand that they have trusted, that is making them to boast, that is making them to talk, that is making them to have the nerves, has literally failed them. So right now they are holding each other accountable and attacking each other. See, I've seen a lot of Asians attacking themselves in the sense that the moment they talked about Black community, they go there, they attack them and be like, do not involve us in all of this mess. We're trying to sort out issues. We're not trying to make things complicated. And honestly, this is how a lot of them will have realized earlier, even before now. Now that the boycott has gone deep, deep, deep. And you know, it baffles me that, knowing fully well that these Asian businesses are situated in the Black environment, right, in the Black community, these Asian businesses are not even situated within the predominantly white spaces, and these people still have the rights to racial profile. People that are really helping them and making sure that they are feeding, they have the nerves, they have the audacity, they have the temerity to do that to Black people, and expect Black people not to say anything, expect Black people to clap for them, cheer for them, and just move on, act as if nothing literally happened. It is definitely not going to be possible, because if you people were good enough as Asians, you people would have gotten a lot of your spaces within the predominantly Black and white spaces, because you people as Asians idolize white folks. You people worship white folks. You people love white folks. You people adore white folks. So why is it that when they were literally supposed to help you people were nowhere to be found? You were nowhere to be helped. It kind of baffles me. And yeah, Rick Chow has really made a lot of Asians and a lot of us as well as Black to said, let's invest back into the Black community. Let's pull our dollar back into the Black community. Let's also try to build ourselves. I'm not saying that Black Americans were literally have not been building themselves all this while. They have. Why not? But this boycott has really been one of the major things that Asians never expected to see in their life. They have never expected to see in their life. You know, initially when it started, a lot of people, some Black people were like, there's no need to boycott. In fact, I'm not going to be doing the boycott, blah, 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 blah. But they didn't know that those black people that were saying that were literally just deceiving them. Because we are boycotting. We are boycotting. When black people say they are going to do something, when black people mean to do something, when black people want to do something, see, if you like, say anything you want to say, it is definitely going to stand. So I think a lot of them will now respect the power of black Americans. A lot of them will now respect the power of black dollar. A lot of them will now respect what it means to have that name as black Americans. And I love that. I love when people F around, they find out. And whenever they are finding out, they're finding out in a hard way. So these are the position where Asians are right now. And they're really, really finding out the hard way. Honestly. So that this their profiling should stop. This their peeping of black people should stop. Them folk knows that yes, they have been the problem. Black people will always want to support them, but they have literally been the problem. Especially as an immigrant in someone's country, you should know that one of the reasons why you are there is to hustle. So if you're hustling, don't think you are God. If you're hustling, you have small money, you have small change in your hands, don't think you have arrived and nothing can literally happen to you. You guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. Credit to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in at this episode. And I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, dropping super thanks, and also joining my membership. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. And yes, guys, with that being said, with no further ado, I do like I always say in my videos, I'm going to be saying bye and I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye guys. I love you guys. Mwah.